So I do have a question about some of the items that we just now had the two items for the public hearing regarding preserving houses. We'll close oral communication, but I meant to ask this. So in the afternoon, we had a hearing on the public art project on Artsakh. And in the evening, we had these two items. I think both important, but I think the first one probably has more interest from the general public in terms of input and what we're doing in the city and changing the facade of our downtown. Is there a particular reason why we had these and why can we have, for instance, these Mills Act hearings and these historical registry hearings in the afternoon? Why can't we have these in the afternoon and have something like the public arts projects in the evening when the public would actually want to call and have some input in it?
Mr. Mayor, that's...
I'm looking at you and
I
I'm
know.
looking at you, so.
I'll make an attempt first. The primary reason why we schedule certain items in the evening is to make these evening meetings available for folks who may have day jobs so they can attend these meetings. That's been historically the reason behind it. The public art project, valid point. The public would have probably had interest in it, and we could have scheduled it for the evening meetings. We try not to overload evening meetings so that you and your colleagues don't have to stay too long, but there's really no policy per se around that.
Is there anything, Mr. City Attorney, that prevents us from having a hearing in the afternoon?
I would have to just double check to make sure some of these hearings are not required to be held at a regular meeting, but other than that, there would be no other reason. And I would concur with Mr. Galani. It was mostly because if it involves property owners and those sorts of things, the idea was to have those items held in the evening, but it's certainly your discretion on when to hold them if there's no code requiring it to be held in the evening.
Okay, well, I mean, I think that would be my preference. I don't know how my colleagues would feel. It seems that when we do have these properties come before us, the people seem to be at least of enough interest and dedication to having a property designated where I don't think it would necessarily deter them if the meeting was in the afternoon, and I don't know where we'll be moving post whenever we stop having the ability for people to call in or to Zoom in to meetings. So if that's something that continues after all the official COVID practices are over, I think it would make more sense. I would have much rather have had an hour and a half discussion or heard an hour of comments on public art on a major thoroughfare in the downtown versus having talked about beveled windows or curved trellises on the homes that we just considered. That's my own view. My colleagues may disagree.